So my adobo is like a new school adobo, and sort of a classic on the a take on the classic adobo, and was inspired by the sustainability movement and the local food movement. So I want to show you the ingredients that I've got. So we have chicken that I actually bought from Whole Foods, and since we're in Chicago, it was raised in Indiana and Michigan. We have also, inspired by the local food movement, I wanted to add something that was Midwestern. So what I added was peaches. And so we've got some beautiful peaches that we'll use in a peach chutney at the end. Those were also raised in Michigan. We have some similar ingredients, but just slightly different. So we've got peach balsamic vinegar. So it's a peach-infused vinegar that will reinforce the peach chutney and also give it a little bit of extra sweetness. Instead of soy sauce, I use this product called Bragg's Liquid Aminos. And it's not necessarily sustainable or local, but I chose it because it has about 10% of the sodium that soy sauce has. And in the Filipino community, you know, sodium and high blood pressure and eating healthy isn't something that we've always been intentional about, so I wanted to add that piece to my adobo. We have the typical ingredients, the garlic, there's the vinegar, the Bragg's Aminos. I've got 1 cup of water. This is a 1/3 cup of each of the vinegar and the Bragg's Aminos. I have 8 bay leaves and about a teaspoon of crushed pepper. So the first part is just sort of browning the chicken. And I was thinking about this, you know, local stuff. And I realized that when my aunties make adobo in the Philippines and when my Lola made adobo, my Lolas, and my mom, it probably was local.
Yeah.
The livestock was probably from the backyard. Mm-hmm. And the vegetables were probably grown in the backyard or on their farm, or bought at the farmer's market from their farmers. So the sustainable local stuff is more to honor how it was done in the Philippines versus any new thing that, you know, that we have here in the United States. So basically, you just want to brown the chicken. I think it's about ready. Cover that. Oh, this one is a little tricky. All right, so then adobo is really easy, or my adobo is super easy. You just have 8 whole cloves of garlic I put in there, the 1/3 cup of peach vinegar there, the 1/3 cup of Bragg's, like that, a cup of water, and you know, some bay leaves. I put a few more than Claritas. And then the final piece is the coarse ground peppers, which I already grounded up. And then we cover it. Let me grab my cover. And I put it on high heat, pretty high heat for like 10 minutes. So we'll do that and then take a look at it in about 10 minutes. Okay, so this has been cooking on high heat for like 10-15 minutes. You got to kind of keep watching it, but similar to Claritas, it browned up. So that's what I like in my adobo also, just having that nice brown caramel color. And I also sort of turn them over so that it's evenly browned and evenly cooked. Let's see here. Okay, I think we're good. We can leave this for another 5 minutes and then we'll be done. Turn that one over. All right. 5 minutes for that. Now the last part is the peach chutney, and I'll just show you quickly how to do that. These are peaches that I bought from the farmer. What you do is you just cut them and remove the pit. It's really kind of easy, I'll just do that. And then you can just remove the skin, like that. It doesn't have to be perfect, which mine isn't, but it's nice because it gives that little red color to it. And you just use the peach halves. So you'll remove the skin from one half, remove the skin from the other half, and then you'll grill it. All right. And we've got our little Foreman grill over here. I'm going to turn this off. And then just to show you, so we've got the peach here. You can just set it in there. You can use a regular grill too, but sort of grill it for like 2 or 3 minutes. And then I'll show you what the peach chutney looks like when we sit at the table. That's it.
So this is a coconut-based chicken adobo, and like we said before, there's probably hundreds of variations of adobo. This is sort of a mixture of my own personal taste as well as sort of a history of taste as Filipinos, including what's traditionally used in adobo, the vinegar, the garlic, the salt, all those tastes I grew up with. But I also, experiencing other culture, I wanted to also examine and cook on my own and try to cook on my own with a coconut milk. So this is one version out of many. Onion, which is often used in adobo. I have a lot of ginger, and this is where variation comes in. I've seen a recipe that calls for a teaspoon of ginger. This is maybe a cup of ginger, but it's more like I love ginger, and this is where you can kind of think about your own personal taste. There's a lot of garlic here. Garnish that you wouldn't normally see in the Philippines, but I've sort of added is the cilantro and the lime for when you serve it on the table. I have about 3.5 pounds of chicken here. I'm going to be using pepper and some salt. This is kosher salt, but you can use any kind of salt. There's 2 cups of coconut milk and 1 cup of coconut milk. I'll show you why I've separated them. And then we're going to use olive oil. So I'm going to try to turn it on. Just heat up the pan a little bit. And start with about a couple tablespoons of olive oil. So I think you'll see in the other dishes that the onion and the garlic goes first. This is where you come home and you think, oh yes, Mom has made adobo. So you smell the smells, and I'm going to start with the coconut. So I love this heat. And you're going to saute the onion. I'll start with the onion first because I know the garlic tends to burn quickly. So this will take a while.